Hold on to your hats, folks, because 2145 is about to get wild. Wind Yutani Corp, geniuses, or madmen, fires up the Moon 9000 research vessel, unearthing a xenomorph. Yeah, you heard that right, a supposedly extinct alien beast. But these aren't your average space slugs, even dead, they're packing a serious punch. Our bright, and possibly reckless, scientists decide cloning's a fantastic idea. Disaster? Incoming. Meanwhile, on a nearby mining planet, meet Rain, tough as nails, ready to escape this rock, and dragging her surprisingly cheerful android brother, Andy, along for the ride. Rent's due, they're broke, and Rain's about to get some seriously bad news at the office. Even though she's worked her butt off, a brand new law just screwed her over. 5 to 6 more years stuck in this crummy colony? No way. Rain's about to bust out, but bam. Andy, her android pal, gets jumped by some teen thugs. Turns out, robots are totally second-class citizens here. Rain kicks some serious butt, saves Andy, and then, whoa. Ex-boyfriend Tyler calls. Suddenly, it's a party at Tyler's, meeting his quirky cousin Bjorn, his girlfriend Navarro, and his sister Kay. Turns out, this mining colony is a toxic wasteland. Their escape plan? Iaga, a farming paradise. But they need cryogenic sleep pods for the trip, and they're nowhere to be found, except maybe on the abandoned Romulus. A daring heist? Stealing cryogenic capsules? Sounds like a plan. And Bjorn's genius idea? Let's use Andy to hack the ship. Rain. So, she finally agrees to risk Andy. Phew. The mission's a go, Team Romulus. But get this, the ship's a ghost town. Eerily empty, gravity's all wonky, and the cryogenics room's a disaster. They're scrambling for power, finding melted androids, seriously, melted, and uncovering this ship's seriously shady past. Then Bjorn, the guy who hates androids with a fiery passion, long story, involving a personal tragedy, starts mocking Andy. Meanwhile, Kay drops a bombshell, she's pregnant. And she's terrified Tyler won't cope, let alone handle it amidst their escape plan. And just when things couldn't get any weirder, they find 36 facehuggers. Breaking free. Total chaos. Rain and Navarro are in the thick of it, but Rain spots something, an inactive android. Whoa. Android activates, total emergency. It's a cryogenic close call, but Andy's quick thinking saves Tyler from a facehugger. Yikes. They escape, but not before Navarro gets infected. Alien invasion, anyone? They reboot the super cool android, Brooke, and her diagnosis is brutal, Navarro's toast. Gotta kill her or the alien wins. Andy's gut-wrenching decision, save the many by sacrificing the one, or not. The others are desperate, trying a crazy burn and remove alien op. It works, kinda. Brooke drops the bomb, pregnancy odds are sky high. And then, a secret chat. Brooke tells Andy about the heavy lifting of being a machine. Sometimes you gotta make the call, even if it means the ultimate sacrifice. Whoa, this conversation? It's a roller coaster. Andy's questioning his very existence. Gone are the days of simple robot innocence. He's even suggesting offing Navarro. Talk about a drastic change. But wait, Rain begs him to stop, wondering if some rogue Brooke memories are pulling the strings. A memory wipe is attempted, but bam. Andy refuses. Bjorn, totally freaking out, fries Andy, seizes the moment and bolts, leaving poor Andy behind. Then, gasp, Andy reboots, consumed by guilt. Apologies to Rain. He's chasing after the group, ready to fix things. But Bjorn, ever the escape artist, makes off, warning Kay that Andy's gone full-blown rogue. And meanwhile, Navarro, courtesy of a facehugger, seriously, is feeling some serious chest pains and discovers, well, let's just say things are about to get a whole lot weirder. Holy moly, a chest burster. The alien explodes out, a truly horrifying spectacle, instantly killing its host. Kay's scream echoes, pure, unadulterated terror. Bjorn's a goner, knocked out cold as the beast escapes, growing stronger by the second. And just when things couldn't get worse, crash. The ship slams into Romulus station, creating a whole new level of mayhem. Rain, Tyler, and Andy, they're diving headfirst into the dark, creepy corridors, totally unaware that more facehuggers are lurking, waiting to pounce. Their plan? Crazy, brilliant, and terrifyingly risky. Crank up the heat to slow the beasties down and tiptoe past them. Brooke, ever the voice of reason, or maybe doom, thinks it might work, but warns them it's a gamble. Meanwhile, back on the escape ship, K. Beyond, exploring, he finds Navarro, dead. Then, bam, alien cocoon. Evolution time. Beyond, brave but foolish, zaps it with his electric gizmo. But the alien, surprise attack, impales Beyond. Acid blood, explosion, ouch. Aliens outer its cocoon, fully upgraded. K's freaking out, frantically calling for Tyler, communicator buzzing. Tyler, Andy, creeping, creepy. The facehuggers hear K, chaos ensues. Tyler yells, key, security door. K, trips, head bonk. Then, the alien strikes again. Whoa, a vicious alien tail narrowly missed her. Tyler screams, epic. Rage and heartbreak, all because Andy, Mr. Let's just keep moving, was chillingly unfazed. They stumbled onto the ship's lab, Brooke, our super cool, emotionless android, cracking the case. Turns out, years ago, some Romulan geniuses found a xenomorph, this thing, a walking, talking, killing machine. No food, no sleep, just pure, unadulterated death. And get this, they were obsessed with its acidic blood. They thought it held the key to superhumans. Then, the footage, a rat, injected with xenomorph serum, back from the dead. But the joy was short-lived, uncontrolled mutations, and bam, dead rat. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get intense. Tyler, in a stroke of pure luck, or maybe it was just really good scavenging, finds a plasma gun. Automatic fire, baby. This thinks their ticket out of this xenomorph-infested nightmare, or so they think. They stumble on the alien nest, yikes. A gruesome scene of human farming gone horribly, horribly wrong. Retreat is the order of the day, until they hear a desperate cry. It's K. Andy suggests a risky speed-up drug, but Rain's like, whoa, hold your horses. Cryo sleep on the ship sounds safer. But, surprise, it wasn't just one xenomorph. It was 20, a veritable xenomorph orgy of terror. And then, Tyler, the absolute hero, jumps in front of Rain to save her. The suspense is killing me. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get intense. Tyler takes a nasty hit, gets dragged off by an alien, and with his dying breath, labels those slimy creatures what they are, monsters. Then bam, face-shredding tongue action. More aliens pop out of the woodwork, grabbing poor Andy. Rain, heart absolutely shattered, makes the impossible choice, K's safety over Andy's. She gets K to the cryogenic chamber, secures her future, but not before slipping her some alien souvenirs, just in case. Then, like a total badass, Rain goes back for Andy. She gets him back online, but he's all freaked about memory wipes. After a tense moment, she saves the day, cleaning the alien gunk from his system. But just as they're escaping, whoops. Brooke, the emotionless android, shows up. And she's not happy. Apparently, K's survival and those alien samples are problematic. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this is a wild ride. Rain and Andy, facing down a xenomorph infestation, talk about a bad hair day. They're dodging acid blood, defying gravity, literally, and blasting alien nasties left and right, but Amo's running low, and that's a big problem. Meanwhile, K's waking up in a cryopod like nothing happened, lucky her. Brooke suggests an alien serum, sounds delightful. Then, bam, alien attack. Rain fights like a ninja, but gravity's back, and our heroine loses her weapon. She's captured, destined for a gruesome alien spa day. They make it back to the ship, Brooke's less than thrilled, naturally. Turns out, some brainy scientists are on their way, but Rain? She's not exactly playing nice. She's all, bring it on. They refused to cooperate, plotting their escape. Then, bam, meteor shower. The Romulus, totaled. Rain survived, miraculously, but, holy moly. K's belly, 9 months pregnant, in hours. That alien serum, it cooked up a horrifying human xenomorph hybrid. Poor K, in agony, gave birth to this grotesque thing, half human, half nightmare fuel. K, understandably freaked, rejected it. The little monster, enraged. It killed her. Andy, tried to intervene. Also, dead. Heartbreaking. Rain, devastated but resourceful, used the ship's freeze ray. Lured that little alien human abomination into the cargo bay, and whoosh. ejected it into the black abyss of space. Goodbye, you freaky spawn of everything, she muttered. Ship repaired. Bugger's next.